Hey, it's Dr. Meredith Watson, the unapologetic therapist. I wanted to come on live. They always say when you're freaking out about something, do whatever it is, scared, or do get into something else, change your vibration, change what you're doing and everything. So I decided I'd go ahead and do my live for the day. I'm having a nice drink while I do my live, but it's hard, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure we've all gone through times in our life where something just completely obliterates us, completely knocks us off kilter. We're a little off, we're a little discombobulated by the situation at hand. But we have to know that at some point, in some way, in the same shape or form or fashion, we're going to figure it out. I know there's some times where people come to the point in their life where they realize something or someone is no longer serving them. And that sounds like you're only interested in things that make you feel good, or you're only interested in relationships or things that serve you or that benefit you. But that is not as selfish as it might sound. When you're in a relationship or you're in a facility or you're in a situation where you're constantly being brought down, you're constantly being manipulated, you're constantly being made to feel as if you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're always seeking that love and validation and sense of belonging, you're so hungry for it that you get into this cycle of letting your very worth and essence be deteriorated and demolished and reduced in an effort to continue this toxic, maybe even codependent behavior. Maybe you're in relationships and you've been dumped or you've been released from your duties because of this back and forth, this codependent manipulative behavior. And it's oftentimes just basically you realize that you're no longer a good fit in whatever this situation is, or this person is no longer a good fit into your life. And sometimes because of your connection with that person or your connection with this specific situation, it blinds you to the good that could come from walking away, or the good from coming from severing this cord or this tie to this situation or this person. But the people in the situation, the people involved, kind of help make you want to doubt the validity of your intuition, the feeling that you know what's the best thing, and they're trying to demolish what you know is true for yourself. I was an addict for 25 years. Most people don't know that. And one day, basically, I woke up and I said, no more. You know, the people on the scene, the people involved tried to convince me that what I thought and felt wasn't true. Like they tried to demolish my sense of knowing what was true and what was not, what was reality, basically gaslighting and manipulation. And they wanted me to doubt the decision to leave the toxic relationship, to leave those toxic habits. And everything turned on its side, and things were no longer serving me, and they were starting to be mirrored in what I was doing and what I was accomplishing. And for a long time, I doubted my worth. And I felt, or I was told, that I was overreacting. I was grossly emotional. It wasn't that way. And my feelings were invalidated. Excuse me. So sorry about that. But feelings are valid. Anyone who tries to invalidate your feelings they are manipulating you. They are trying to gaslight you. They're trying to change how you see reality. And feelings are just feelings. They get to be. It's what you do with them that changes the situation. And never be afraid to walk away from someone who's trying to manipulate you or make you feel like you're going insane or gaslight you. Those are situations you need to leave immediately, as soon as absolutely possible. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Delia. How are you? Those are situations that you need to leave immediately, because you're going to, in the long run, you think you're saving them, you're putting yourself on the altar for them, when in reality, what you're doing is you're killing yourself. Like, you're putting yourself on the altar trying to save them and trying to stick around. Maybe they'll change, maybe it'll change, maybe things will be different, you're stronger, you can handle it. And in the end, I rarely know anyone who didn't fall off the wagon and regret getting caught up in the quagmire of it. And I was talking about this yesterday. I talked to a family member, and the ex before my ex-husband is getting married, and I'm happy for him. His soon-to-be wife looks just like me, which I think is hilarious, but she has been embraced by my genetic cohort with open arms. And everything that she is was something I was told I couldn't be. And now I realize it wasn't so much that she's being embraced in a way that I wasn't. they have a hard time embracing me because I don't follow the cohort. I don't follow the rules. I don't set and I don't bow down to them. And sometimes people, when they realize you won't, what's the word I'm looking for? You won't convert to their belief, or you won't bow down to them, they tend to dislike you, or they tend to make you feel like you should because their way is the way. And those are the people that I run from, because there's no one system that proves to be true in every situation. It's just impossible. We all come to the table with a different story and a different line of reference. And the longer you allow someone else to decide who you are, what you believe, what you're going to feel, when you're going to feel it, invalidating your feelings, your very worth, letting their estimation of you be the sum total of your worth, that's in the long run when you're going to start doubting your very self, your thoughts, your feelings, the core essence of you, who you are. And I promise you, you deserve better than that. You deserve better than to be told how to feel and told what to think and told how you should react to something. My mom's husband told me that I was grossly emotional. It took me about a year to figure out, thank goodness for Krista. Thank goodness that I figured out it wasn't me. It was projection. And a lot of people will project their feelings onto you because they can't address their own feelings or the feelings of someone else, so they project that onto you. It's a psychological term called transference. It's like you had a bad day, so you kick the dog, it bites the infant, who, it's just this cycle. And we're born worthy. We're the children of an infinite source. We were born worthy, and we deserve to be treated with respect. And we deserve to be treated like a human being. And we deserve to have our feelings and our very core of who we are. It is raining all of a sudden. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It was so shining earlier, now it's raining. And it's so important that we honor our feelings and we honor who we are and let nothing and no one tamper down on that or rain on that. It's when you know deep in your soul that where you are and what you're doing isn't right for you, it's okay to leave. It might be scary as fuck, but it is okay, because you have to, at some point in your life, know that, yes, conform. That's exactly the word I was looking for. It is so easy just to get wrapped up, especially when you're looking for that outside love and validation and sense of belonging, that you forget who you are at the core. You forget what matters. You forget what you came here to do. And it's so easy. We as a species are supposed to want that love and validation and acceptance, but sometimes it comes at a price that's too high to pay. It's just that simple. Sometimes you have to decide that being loved and validated and accepted in the sense of belonging isn't worth the payment that it's going to pay. Like, it's not worth your self-dignity. It's not worth your very worth. It's not worth getting so confused you don't even know yourself, and when push comes to shove, you can't figure out left from right. I was confused for a while as to who I really was, what I thought, how I felt. I couldn't think straight. I was so delirious trying to grab hold of this love and validation and acceptance and belonging that I literally forgot. My daughter likes to peek at the door. I literally forgot who I was at the core. And who I was wasn't that bad. So it's like I forgot about this person who wasn't so bad so that I could. It is pouring. Sorry, I get distracted easily. My office is facing the outside. It's really comforting. I should take a nap. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. But I got so confused as to who I was that I had to revamp. I had to go through all of these sessions and all of these practices so that I could get back to the core of who I truly was or am. And it's very, very important to know who you are, because when the push comes to shove, you really just have yourself. I know that sounds so morbid, but truth be told, you have yourself, and you need to know who you are. If you can't trust yourself to keep you alive and to survive and to do what's right for you, you're going to be lost. It got even so confused. I was trying to figure out and categorize what I do, like how I serve my clients. And I realized that it doesn't fit into one box, but it's just like me. I don't fit into one box, and I bet you don't either. And it's about energy. It's that energetic exchange. Like when you're with somebody, you ever have them walk into the door or walk through the door into this room, and the entire atmosphere of the room changes because they're either the worst or the best, and they're electrifying, they're attractive, they are attracting, like they're magnetic. And I think about when I walk into a room, I'm usually the person who goes and stands on the wall because I don't want to interact. I'm very introverted by nature. But it's when I get talking about what I'm passionate about and I get to talking with my clients, it's so electric, it's pulsating. It's this deep diving, this rising up, this rising above, this phoenix rising, the ability to take an aerial view of what is and what was and what you want and what you're manifesting and what you want to heal. And that bioenergetic healing is amazing. It saved my life. But yet it has a practical side of it. And esoteric numerology is like something that's very analytical and it's concrete, but it's also spiritual. It's amazing how the two combine. And when you can find this pathway, this segue that's customized to you, that helps you remember your worth, and you can excavate, which my daughter is, I bet you $1,000,000 she's going to be a paleontologist. She loves dinosaurs and all things historical and digging. I did too. I still do kind of. But it's about excavating, like digging up, especially when you've lost your sense of self, especially when you lost your way, trying to grab hold of this love, acceptance, belonging, addiction, depression, all the things, pain can usurp your life. A chronic pain survivor, it can usurp your life. And when you start to really try to get back to the core, try to get back to the root of who you truly are so that you can be regenerated and rejuvenated, and you can kind of find that light and start to hear the music of who you used to be and who you want to be again, or who you want to redefine. And I love music. Music has saved my life. Music therapy, art therapy, all those things, being able to journal, this non-judgmental container where you can just vomit your thoughts without judgment. It's all about what that allows you and how that allows you to heal. And it's part of what I crafted as the Phoenix therapy method. And it's taking your story. I used to tell my ex-husband that you can use your story as a catalyst for change or a reason to stay stuck. And I really believe that it's choice. We all have a story. We all come to the table with a different, background. But to choose your story and let it be a catalyst for change and using it to rise up and rise above. And if you've ever watched any talk shows where the host runs out and then the guests come out and they say that overtone of things about them, your story gets to be that. You get to, this is Beth, and she's overcome this, this, and this, and she's, rising above. She's this phoenix rise, and you get to use your story as your run-out story. You get to use your story as a catalyst for change to overcome and move through and move above, and you get to step back. We all fall off the wagon. I fall off pretty frequently lately. But you fall off the wagon, that gets to be a part of your story too. That gets to be a part of your rising up. That gets to be a part of your come out story. That gets to be a part of what you use to remember who you are and where you want to be. Sometimes you have to fall off the wagon to know that you want to stay on it and you want to use whatever happens. Oh, I kind of went batshit crazy on Friday and told someone how I felt about them. And they haven't spoken to me since. I think I called them out on their bullshit and now they don't want to talk to me, which is their choice. That's their choice. But one of the things that was so humiliating and just freaking me out is sometimes you have to realize what you really want, and sometimes that repels the people that are no longer supposed to be a part of your story. Sometimes you have to write people all out of the storyline of your life and kill people off of your story, the storyline of your life. I wouldn't say it's a soap opera. And it's really just about deciding what gets to stay as a part of your story. You get to be the author of your story. And at some point, you have to take responsibility for that. And you have to stop dimming your light and numbing out and shine the way you were supposed to shine and find that magic that you've always had. It's deep down inside. Sometimes it gets lost in the fray, but it's possible to find it again. It really is. Your best life is waiting for you. There's no one size fits all for anybody. But there is an individual path for everyone to find a healthy sense of life and discover a sense of peace and experience personal growth. And it just takes the right person, the right approach to figure out where you want to go, that nudge, that certain direction, that defining of goals, recovering, redefining, rejuvenating, whether it's pain, trauma, just you're at that point in your life where you want something different, there is a way to obtain and call in and manifest the things that you want. It's not all woo, it's real. If everything you want is yours to have, if it was in you, if it's put in your soul to desire it, then it is yours to have and bring to life through you. And it was so funny because, like I said, I let someone know how I felt about them, and I think I called them out on their bullshit. But what's even more interesting is the choices that we make. That you can be honest, and sometimes that repels people, but in the long run, you realize that that chapter is just closed. Even if you weren't ready, even if you didn't want it, it still gets to be used for your good. It still gets to help you serve your mission. It still gets to, you can still use it for good. It can may hurt, but you can still use it for good. And I challenge you to do that. I truly, truly challenge you to do that. And I think it's possible. I think it's worth it to go after what you want. It's worth it to go through all this stuff and use it for good. Use it as a catalyst for change. It's worth it. It's possible. It's definitely attainable. But my one-to-one is open. I'm super excited. It's on-demand coaching. You reach out to me regarding navigating through life and cultivating a holistic health and creating a passion-based business. I'm proficient in all those areas because it's what I love. I can't just pick one. I really can't. So that's what I help people do and navigate through those intricate details of those particular parameters of life. And it's extremely affordable. I found a price point that I'm finally satisfied with, so it feels good, and I'm going to keep it for a while until I feel good about something on the number. But you can go check it out. You can become a part of my free blog. I'll put the information in the comments. I'm really passionate about helping people. I'm really passionate about reaching back and helping people use their story to rise up and rise above and be that phoenix rising and not get stuck in where they think they have to be and the story they have to keep telling and the way things have to be. There's no such thing. It can be whatever you want it to be, but you have to want it. You have to do the work. You have to be ready, and you have to be ready. And if you're not ready, then don't do it. But when you're ready, I'm here. When you're ready, I would love to support you. It's ongoing, so you can cancel anytime, but it's so magical to see people light up and change and grow and evolve. And I get to see myself grow and evolve because I'm always doing the work. I'm always digging deep. I'm always excavating because there's no such thing as arrival. You just keep getting more aware and better at what you feel and better at what you want and better at knowing and bouncing back and being resilient. I've had a rough couple of days, but it's about resiliency. It's about bouncing back quickly, as quickly as possible. Everybody has their own time frame, but knowing what your triggers are and then moving past it, through it, over it, around it, but having that container where you can grow and evolve and get through it in a non-judgmental way. And that's what I provide. So if you like more information about my one-to-one, feel free to check the comments, reach out to me, message me. Thanks for joining. Please share where you feel this would be most beneficial. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And so funny, now it's sunny again. Isn't that so like life? It rains and then it shines and then it shines and then it rains. But it's just a part of life, I guess. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you the next time.